Welcome to Chelmsford Telemedia's coverage of Independence Day, direct from the Town Common in Chelmsford, Massachusetts.
So this is the time between the road race finishing, and I think everybody is finally in. I don't see any. Well, I do see a couple of stragglers. Yeah, a couple of. They're kind of moseying.
They're walking.
You can tell because they've got numbers on, but they'll make it.
And they're smiling.
Yes, they are. Between that and the beginning of the parade, which technically has begun, but they're not down here yet. So what we'd like to do now is show you a little something from some Minutemen reenactors from the area.
And I have found the real deal here. Well, all right, so as we were saying, G.I. Joe before the G.I., right? So, Joe, tell me about your group here.
We're part of the Six Middlesex Regiment, and we're actually formed as a replica unit from the Six Middlesex Regiment that actually existed in 1774. We're composed of several towns, including Chelmsford. We're registered here as the Chelmsford Minutemen because whichever town we're in, we go by that town name, of course. And we're all of Six Middlesex, so all the towns there got together. And our main mission as a militia unit, we protected the towns against Indian attacks. Not so much against the British, because we were all British citizens, even though we housed some of the British soldiers by force. Now, as far as our outfits are concerned, we have the typical dress. Some of us have British weapons, muskets. They're called the brown besses. Those are the brass fittings. What I have is from France. It's French Charleville. And French Charleville was used in the French and American War, or French and Indian War, excuse me. And right after the Revolutionary War started, Martha Washington actually bought all of our weapons for us because George didn't have a lot of money and the Congress didn't have anything in the coffers, but Martha was rich.
So Martha put up the funds.
That's right. A lot of people don't know that.
I did not know that. Go Martha.
Yeah, she's cool.
So talk to me about the details. I love what everyone is wearing, and it seems to be very authentically put together.
Yes, what we have is exact replicas. A lot of us make our own outfits. You can buy them. I told you a little bit about the weapon. A lot of us have tomahawks, which you're supposed to have at least two other weapons. I also have a rifleman's knife, which is kind of like the Indiana Jones type knife, which is not small.
Yeah.
So it's for defense, because with the musket you can only shoot maybe 3 rounds a minute. That's our rapid fire.
Yeah.
So when they're starting to come close and you don't have a bayonet, which a lot of us didn't have back then we use our other weapons to defend ourselves and to carry off the oncomers, the Indians or whatever.
Okay, so talk to me about the knee socks. Would it be better to just have long pants and short socks?
That's too much. Material costs so much money, and the knee socks are easy to clean. We wear these for months at a time. And the jackets, for example, I have a convertible jacket because I'm very poor. So when I'm working, I just take the sleeves off because you can't take the jacket off. Otherwise, you'd be showing your underwear because that's what's underneath is our nightshirt.
Right, because it was a completely different time. Now, I see that we got some fancy spats over there. Talk to me about the spats.
Well, the spats are used mostly by the farmers when they go out in the field to keep the burrs off of their legs. And they're also more easily washable. And also, if the snakes come out and bite, they can't bite through the spats too easy.
Well, we don't really want to talk about those snakes.
No, and the shoes, believe it or not, our shoes, traditional ones, like the ones I have, fit on either one of the feet.
Stop it!
Yeah, because they didn't know how to make shoes for the left and right at the time. So they'd make just a basic pattern, and then when you put them on, you can get them all soaking wet, and then when they shrink, they kind of shrink to your form fit, and after a while, they kind of fit okay.
It sounds like they'd be kind of clumpy.
They're very uncomfortable.
All right, so talk to me about poor injured guy.
He has he's our wounded warrior. Of course, he's our drummer. Right now he has a disc or messed up shoulder when he pulled a muscle on it.
But so he's actually wounded.
He actually is wounded. We're going to put some blood on him to make it a little bit more authentic, but we decided not to.
All right, way to make that injury work. All right, so what are we missing here?
Actually, we're missing our captain. I'm kind of like the second in charge. I used to be captain, but as the way we get to be captaincy, You either want to be captain and you get voted in, or you don't want to be captain. So I was captain for a while, and I said, okay, I've had enough. Who's going to be captain now? So they voted in another captain.
All right, we got the drum here and everything. You guys look very authentic. I love it. Have a great time marching today.
You too. Great talking with you.
This year we have the Chelmsford High School Band is back with us.
That's right.
Because last year they were down at the nation's capital. They were down in Washington, D.C. performing. So we get them back this year. And I believe we have something special for that.
All right, so I found Marching Matt and his marching gang. Matt, tell me what you guys are doing.
So we're playing our patriotic parade medley with the CHS marching band in the parade today.
All right, so, all right, everybody come on, do your thing. Start marching. Pretend I'm not here.
We start the parade with the Chelmsford Police Department. The lead cruiser is car number 2. It's operated by Officer Brian Uberly. Special attention to the Chelmsford Police Honor Guard, led by Sergeant Jeffrey Bernier, Sergeant Jason Poore, and Detective Craig Walsh, along with Patrolman Jonathan Tays, Nicholas Zeminski, William Carlo, Robert Brown, and Ryan Callahan. And also here with the white shirts, the big boss, Police Chief James Finney. Thank you, Chief, for coming, and Deputy Chief Dan Ahern.
Coming up is one of 3 great Minutemen troops we have. These are the Acton Minutemen. They were the first to fight against the British regulars at the Old North Bridge in Concord. And they were fighting under their leader, Isaac Davis, who was killed by a musket ball. He was the first commissioned officer to die for his country. Today, we honor his legacy by remembering his courage and the brave deeds of all the colonial soldiers who willingly put their lives on the line on April 19, 1775, in the minds of some, the true beginning of our country. We know that at least 2 Chelmsford groups of militia, one led by Captain Oliver Barron and the other by Colonel Moses Parker, entered the battle at Concord. Record shows at least about 12 people who marched down with him. And of course, they had to march to get down to Concord. So thank you, gentlemen. I think we're about done here, Jim, until
That's
next
great.
year. I wish you a happy summer
Happy 4th,
and
everyone.
happy 4th of July, everybody.